All right, hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back in to another episode of the Regular Guys DFS Show NBA style. Today, I am David, and we are back in the dungeon. And guys, it's going to be a really exciting day for us here at the Regular Guys Show. We got some big news to announce, and we're going to go today in Showdown. My least favorite way to play fantasy DFS, but today we're going to go for our second win, first place, in the last three slates. So hopefully we can get it done again. We were 2 points away the last slate from having two straight takedowns. We lost by 2 points and ended up in ninth place, but still a couple of nice payouts for us. So anyway, before we get started with today's video and I can get into the great news, guys, please do me a favor. Please hit that like button. Take the time to do it. Would also appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and then click the little notification bell. That way you get notified every time we put out new videos. I've been telling you for a while, we've been working on some new things in the pipe. Last night, I left the shirt on. We launched the Husker Nation podcast on this channel for anybody out there who's a Husker fan. We have a new partnership now with PrizePicks. I'm so excited to announce that. We'll get into that here in a minute. We've got another new show coming out called Picks and Parlays. We're hoping to get that out. It'll certainly be out in time for the NBA Finals, but we maybe get an episode in yet this weekend. And then, of course, we'll have our NFL and college football shows as we get closer to the season. So a lot of things happening on the channel, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're getting something out of it. I hope you're making some money. That's the whole point of this, is for you to make money. I certainly enjoy doing it. And now we've got a new sponsor to announce. We've partnered with PrizePicks. It's a new and different way to play daily fantasy. Maybe you guys have heard of it, maybe you haven't, but we're going to get into it here in a little bit. It's a lot of fun. I've got some golf tickets going right now. This is my first time I've played it, and we're going to keep a log, guys. We're going to keep a log of how we do at this, so I can come on here and tell you, okay, I was right about this, and hopefully you'll play along with me. If you haven't been to PrizePicks yet, please go check them out, prizepicks.com. And if you put in a deposit using the code REGULAR, or if you click on that banner that you see at the bottom here of the screen, the new banner, just click on that banner. It'll take you right to PrizePicks. You won't have to put in any additional codes or anything like that. But the great thing is, guys, for every dollar you put in on your first deposit, if you use my code, they're going to give you 100%. So if you put in $20, they're going to give you 20. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50. Anything up to $100. Guys, it's really a fun way to play DFS. And another thing for me, it helps with my gambling fix, the gambling things I like to do, because I live here in Nebraska and I can't go to DraftKings Sportsbook or any other sportsbook anywhere and make a bet on a game. So I have to drive 50 miles to Iowa, but I can do it on PrizePicks in the same type of format of a parlay, where you just pick two or three different things, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Pick two or three different things, parlay them together, put a bet amount, and if they hit, you win. And I don't have to drive 50 miles to the casino. It's just like betting a 2 or 3 or 4 teamer, in football or basketball or whatever else you like to wager on. It's fun, man. It doesn't cost a whole bunch of money. And again, click on that banner down there, use my code, and you get a 100% deposit match. Also, please give me a follow on Twitter at SandoDFS. Obviously a lot of things happening for the channel. That way you keep you updated. I put out updates all the time. Any changes to fantasy lineups, when the next shows are coming out, all kinds of stuff on my Twitter. So I'd appreciate if you could help me build the following at Twitter at SandoDFS. So let's get started. You can tell I'm kind of jacked up this morning. I've had a whole bunch of this because I've been so excited. I've been working hard to get this PrizePicks thing put together. So let's get into it, and let's start with our normal segment. We're going to play Showdown tonight. My attitude towards Showdown is starting to get a heck of a lot better after our last two nights. But basically, guys, what we're going to do here, and maybe you're new to Showdown, first time watching the video. If that's the case, thank you for tuning in. And again, like, subscribe, and notification bell. But it's really just been about picking the right captain and putting the right players in the player pool. And instead of going through every guy right here that I like for my player pool tonight, I'm just going to tell you a couple of guys I don't like. Mikal Bridges' minutes have been coming down. He had that one huge game where he had 40 points, but if you notice, instead of over 30, he's gotten 27 and 26, 24. Cameron Johnson has been getting some extra minutes over Mikal Bridges, and now that we're going back home for the Suns, I don't know if that'll change too much. But again, I'm very high on Jay Crowder right now, just because he's getting more minutes, and I don't think Bridges is going to make my player pool today. Let's see who else. Brook Lopez is not going to make my player pool. I haven't played him yet, and I don't intend to. A couple of guys everything starts with Giannis, right? I mean, Giannis, you got to have Giannis in your lineup. It's just a matter of how many lineups do you want to put in and how many of them do you want to be Giannis captain. And I've been putting in at least 3 and 4 lineups, 3 lineups mainly, and 2 of them have had Giannis captains just because, 40-plus points, the rebounds. He just, you got to have him in the lineup. So it's just a matter of if you're going to use him at captain or if you're going to try and find a different captain that'll have a great game and he doesn't have to be the captain. But I've been putting in 2 lineups at least with Giannis as a captain and then just spreading it through my player pool because obviously at that price you can't fit, all the guys you want in one single lineup. So yeah, Lopez, Bridges. I did build a lineup earlier with Bobby Portis in it, and I'm going to show that lineup to you here. The last 2 games, he's gotten 18 and 20 minutes. Before that, he wasn't getting that many minutes. So it kind of built into my lineup. He's not a guy that I'm going to have in a bunch of lineups, but I'm not afraid to use Portis today. If he can get 20 minutes, he's usually good for enough fantasy points to come close to paying off that price. 5,600, I think he is here in utility, whereas, that's still a little expensive, but one of these first lineups I built that I'm going to show you here, I'm willing to take a shot on him because I just can't go to Torrey Craig yet. Maybe coming home he'll get my. He's gotten 15 minutes both games at Milwaukee, and he hasn't even scored 8 fantasy points. So even when he has been getting increased minutes off of this injury, he really hasn't been productive. 2,400, he's cheap. If you want to build a lineup where you jam as many of the players in as you can and use Torrey Craig, I mean, he probably isn't going to kill you, but man, I'd like to have at least 12 to 15 fantasy points even out of my lower end guys. On the Milwaukee side, Chris Middleton coming off that huge game, I tend to fade away from guys coming off a huge game. Same with Booker. Now Booker's interesting because Holiday has done such a great job on Chris Paul that Booker has been the guy that's had the most opportunities. Had a huge game last game. Game before that, he stunk. I'm okay using Booker in your player pool, and I'm okay using Middleton, but I think I'm going to try and get a little bit different on the Milwaukee side. I think I'm going to try and go back to Drew Holiday. He's been expending a lot of energy guarding Chris Paul, but he's due for a good shooting night. We know at any time he can pop off, and he, 9,600 compared to 10,400. He's going to be the guy I look at a little bit over Middleton tonight from the Milwaukee side. But 2 guys I really like tonight. I love Chris Paul coming off of 2 really bad games. He hasn't looked good, but at home I expect it to be different. He had good games at home before they went to Milwaukee. He's only 8,800. I mean, that's a pretty low price for Chris Paul because we know what he can give you when he has a good game. So I think people are going to be starting to avoid him because he hasn't looked as good or not use him as much. I love Chris Paul tonight. In fact, I'm going to put in put him in not only several lineups of my 3 lineups. I'm going to put a lineup in with him as the captain. And then other captains you might look at, the cheaper side to get different. I love a captainship with Jay Crowder. I don't mind one with Pat Connaughton. He's been getting big minutes, guys. He's been getting over 30 minutes now, and he's been pretty good. And if he gets one of those nights where he catches fire and hits like 8 or 9 threes, which can happen, I'm not sure it'll be on the road at Phoenix, but it can happen. And then all of a sudden, Pat Connaughton gives you 35 fantasy points. Boom, we're in business. So I wouldn't mind taking a shot with him as a captain, and then maybe one of the other Milwaukee guys. I think I'd probably go Drew Holiday, like I said earlier, and Jay Crowder. Definitely will take a shot with Jay Crowder. He's been really good early the last 3 games after a stinker in the first game. He's shooting it well, going back home. Certainly going to have Jay Crowder in multiple lineups today, and have no problem putting him as a captain. In fact, I can almost guarantee you I'll probably make 4 lineups today, and Crowder will be a captain in one of them. So let's just put a couple of them together, guys, like we did the last time. The last time we did this, the first lineup that I put up with the Giannis captain took down the 50K tournament with a 10K first prize where we only got $400 out of 10K. So that's disappointing. I mean, it really is. I mean, I realize you're going to tie with a bunch of people, but man, we tied with a lot of people to get first place in a tournament that pays 10K and get $400. But anyway, it was better than nothing. And hell, if nothing else, it's fun to win. So I'm gonna start this one with Giannis as a captain. And here's what I came up with. I like Chris Paul. Definitely like DeAndre Ayton, coming off 19 rebounds. Ayton should be better at home. I mean, if he could get 16 or 17 rebounds again and get somewhere one of these games, get 15 to 18 points, there's another guy you could look at as a captain for a lower price. And then here's the lineup. I'm going to go ahead and put Portis in, and I'll show you why. I'm going to put Connaughton and Tucker in this lineup. If I didn't play Portis, I'm playing another guy like Cam Johnson, but I'm leaving $1,900 on the table. You can do that. I mean, if this is the guys you like, the hell with the remaining salary. That's what I've always said about this. But Cam Johnson, 14, 22, and 15, where Portis has been 13, 22, this game was nice. 18 minutes, 11 points, and 8 rebounds. Yeah, that was a really good game for him in 18 minutes. That's the kind of night I'm looking for tonight. There's also this, guys. Who knows if some of these games have blown out, especially the one in Phoenix. So maybe Phoenix gets on track and gets a blowout again tonight. And if that's the case, Portis would certainly get an opportunity for more minutes. So play with it how you want. This is the one I'm going to put in. And then the next one I like, guys, and so far of the ones I've put together, this is my favorite one. And that's using Chris Paul as a captain. And then, of course, Giannis. And then Jay Crowder, who I like tonight. He's been playing well. Now he's going home. He should continue to shoot well, I would hope. And then DeAndre Ayton. I need another huge rebounding night from him. And then Cameron Johnson, who has been cutting into Bridges' minutes and is starting to get a little better every game. He's learning how to do these playoff things. And then, of course, Pat Connaughton, who's been getting the minutes. It's a perfect fit. No remaining salary. Love this lineup. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about tonight for the Showdown, guys. So let's go ahead and jump over here to the PrizePicks page. And this is really exciting for us. To get, partnered up with PrizePicks is really, really cool because this is a really, really fun way to play DFS. And again, if you click the banner that's in this video right now, it will take you directly to PrizePicks. You can sign up, and whatever money you deposit, PrizePicks is going to give a 100% deposit bonus Or you could go to PrizePicks.com and use my code, which is regular for the regular guys. Put in regular, and you get that same bonus. Give this PrizePicks a try, guys. It's fun. I'd kind of heard about it, but I never really, got into it. And then once I was contacted by the guys from PrizePicks, I'm like, you know what? This is really fun. It's like betting parlays at the casino or at the sports book. So give it a shot, man. It's really, really fun. But make sure if you do sign up, you either click that banner or use my code regular so you can get that extra free money. And there's no gimmicks attached to that free money. It's if you put in 100, they give you 100, period. And you don't have to, you just play it. So this is our official PrizePicks segment. We're going to have a segment in every one of the shows coming out from here on out with a PrizePicks segment. Let's see how good I am at this, okay? If you know fantasy, and if you're watching this show, it means you play fantasy, and if you play fantasy, you know fantasy. However, look at these options. NBA, MLB, there's soccer. They even got Big Three. You can bet on that Big Three, that 3-on-3 tournament. They'll probably have stuff for the Olympics, I'm assuming. Just all kinds of stuff. And then look what you can do. You can either play their regular, you find guys and they have their regular stats here. So like DeAndre Ayton, 15.5 points. If we go with him, we'll have to choose over or under. Or you can go to their fantasy scores. And playing fantasy, we have a pretty good idea who's scoring what, right, on a nightly basis. So we should be able to get a few of these right. So you can play it in either way. The same way, see if they have the PGA up here. Okay. I have some, I played last night for the first time. I have some PGA in there. But since there's nothing else to bet until this round is over, but you'll be able to play the PGA golfers, like over under number of birdies, how they're going to finish in the tournament, like over under 15th place, just all kinds of cool stuff. So real quick, I know the video's starting to run a little long. Here's what I came up with. Where the heck's my notes? Okay, so I'm going to play single stat for these. You can mix them up. You can take like 2 single stats and then go over in one guy with fantasy. You can mix it however you want. But here's what I found. I think Chris Paul's going to have a big game tonight, right? So here's assists. I didn't really like his point total, but I do like his assist total at home in a game that he has to bounce back in. So we're going to go Chris Paul over 8.5 assists. And you'll see after I click my next player. The next guy I'm looking at, I went to rebounds. And I found DeAndre Ayton, 12.5 rebounds. In the first game, DeAndre Ayton didn't have, what did he have? I wrote it down here. It wasn't a whole lot, but the last 3 games he's had 15, 19, and 11. And at 12.5 going back home. So he's had, this has changed. When I see, that's their thing. You get on these things as quick as you can because it was 11.5 rebounds not that long ago before I started making this video. I'll still take it at 12.5, although I don't like that number nearly as much as I did 11. But wow, it's went up real quick. So see, people are jumping in, and more people that bets things, these lines are going to move, just like in a sports book. So DeAndre Ayton at 12.5. I expect that number to even go up even farther. And then the other guy I looked at was, I think we went back to points. And just because he's been hot the last 3 games and now he's going back home, 11 points. The Crowder has scored, 11, 15, and 18 his last 3 games. Ayton's rebound totals, 9 in the first game, 11, then 17 and 19. Again, that number was 11.5. I'm still going to take it at 12.5. So we've got Jay Crowder. We'll put him in the pool, and then Chris Paul. We want more than 8.5 assists. Ayton, we want more than 12.5 rebounds. And Jay Crowder, let's go more. Now you can do a flex play where if you get 2 correct, you still get money, and 3 pays out 2.25. Or you can do a power play where you have to hit all 3, but it's 5 times. And then you just determine how much money you want to bet. So let's say I wanted to bet $10. On a flex play, if I hit all of them, I'll get $22.50. On a power play, I'll get $50, but I got to get them all right. So that's what I'm looking at today. In fact, you know what? Let's just place this. Place this bet. Entries must include 2 players from 2 different teams. See, I'm kind of learning this here, guys. What did that say? Entries must include at least 2 players from 2 different teams. Okay, so 2 different teams and 2 players. So we need another player. I think I would go right here, Pat Connaughton. So let's try this. Over, power play, place entry. Entry is in. I'm going to keep a log, guys, of our prize picks. We kind of did that one just because I kind of panicked there when I saw there was some different stipulations. So give me a break on the first one. But if you want to play along with me, we're going to log these. And so I'm either going to come on here and tell you guys, hey, we're doing great, or, ooh, got some work to do. So anyway, guys, I know the video's going long. I know it's Saturday. But before I get out of here, please, it would mean a lot if you'd hit that like button down below, the subscribe button, the notification bell, and then give me a follow on Twitter at SandoDFS. And then please sign up for PrizePicks using my code REGULAR at PrizePicks.com, or just click the banner. It's the simplest way to do it that's in this video. It'll take you right here. You get signed up and you get 100% deposit bonus match, guys. So I'm really excited about this partnership. I can't wait to keep playing it. And I hope you guys will too. I hope you'll play along with me. Heck, we can have contests, me against you. We can do all kinds of things, guys. So get signed up, click the banner, use the code REGULAR, and let's get the PrizePicks thing going, because it's a lot of fun. And again, like, subscribe, notification bell, and then at SandoDFS on Twitter. Great time today, guys. I hope you'll catch the next show. We'll put it out as soon as we can. Good luck, as we always say. Good luck to all of us tonight. Good luck to you. Thank you for joining the Regular Guys DFS show, and I'll talk to you next time.